Hey, what's up, my beautiful people? It's your boy Devo, some motivational back on another day trading spy recap. Real quick, as always, I want to say thank you all for the likes, the comments, subscribes. Thank you, everyone's taking me through the journey. I appreciate every single one of y'all, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so today we had two trades. We had one winner, and we just lost one, which is it's a little frustrating. But I mean, I am up on the day, and this is where I was trying not to be greedy, and I wanted to take a good setup and not give back any profit. And that is exactly what I did, was give back profit um, with this loss. But I'm gonna go over those two trades. First, let's go into the economic data that we had come out today, as well as earnings. We had some good earnings for SoFi. SoFi is up, pumped all the way up to a high of 25.11. So these levels are marked out for like resistance zones, but that was very nice to see. And let's get straight into it. Okay, so today's morning we had good trade balance, retail inventories, wholesale inventories, red book, house price index month to month, year after year, regular, JOLTS job openings, consumer confidence, and JOLTS job quits. Those are going to be the main important ones. Those JOLTS job openings, consumer confidence, and job quits. The house prices definitely as well. So house price actually came in a little lower than previous, and they're already like really like dropping in sales and lower home owners, and they're actually lower than previous. So I believe that can be putting some downside on the market, as well as JOLTS job openings, less than previous, but consumer confidence is high and JOLTS job quits is low. So that's basically just showing like the economy is stable, showing that people aren't quitting, but jobs aren't hiring because people aren't quitting, and people have jobs, and consumer confidence is high. So that's really good. Um, Earnings that we had come out today, and my bad, my good people, I actually didn't know. So we're still getting better with this. The earning whispers, I actually didn't know you have to go back for before market, then you go forward for aftermarket, and then okay, like the next round of earnings. Okay, so before market open today, we actually had United Health, SoFi, PayPal, Boeing, Spotify, UPS. So we had a lot of very important companies, and the one that's in tech and I feel like is most important, well to me is most important, is the SoFi one. And they actually killed it. 42.8% growth. Reported revenue point zero eight cents. Yeah, point zero eight cents. Um, Better than estimates, and 854.94 mil better than estimates. Okay, so we had some good earnings. So good earnings, little mixed data, some good data, but then house prices not so good. But honestly, I think we're just kind of due for a pullback. And that's pretty much why we're getting this downtrend. I mean, we opened up towards all-time highs, and it's like, man, we are so due for a pullback. Um, this could be the start of it, or this could just be um, right now a little pullback right now. This could be the pullback for the overall market, or this could just be a little pullback right now to go higher, and then but eventually we will have to cool off and get some pullbacks for these daily. Eventually, I'm not saying this is gonna happen now, but eventually we do need some pullbacks on the daily, for the daily, maybe a 10% correction. But let's go into our two trades for the day. So we had one good one. The next one we honestly shouldn't have taken, and that's where it's a little frustrating because I was trying to be very picky, but I seen a good setup how. First, let me go into my first trade, then I'll go into my second trade. So, this first trade, what was I doing? I was very patient on the day, right? I actually probably wasn't going to trade today. I actually wasn't going to trade today because it was getting kind of late, and I actually had kind of a late trade, but trade ended up working out pretty smoothly. Um, and what was I looking at to start the day? So, we were at all time highs, right? So, I have to mark out these high points where market can use as support, right? So, it's kind of hard to trade on the way down because there's a lot of high points to mark as support where price could stop and want to turn around with, right? So I had to be patient on the day until it fell into an area where I could have a good room for another price move downwards. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna explain that further. So first, I couldn't trade right because we were bouncing right. We had an actually pretty good setup. Okay, not on this one. On Qs, because I was looking at the Qs over here as well. This one right here. This is what I was looking at. Stop right there. And then I actually wanted these lows right here. Right? That's actually literally what I wanted. But I was going to, this was going to be the first take profit for sure, but had it all the way like that. And what did I see? Because we were at all-time highs, we gapped up. We needed to clean this gap as well as we have equal lows, right? As well as seeing us like go all the way up and then just have a blow off top, right? So I pulled out this fair value gap. Excuse me, if you go to your 5-minute, why didn't I get in? Really is because I wanted them to pull up further into this 5-minute gap because we had this candle, and this white one right here, this third one right here is where it tapped into that gap and gave the clean setup. But I wanted that 5-minute fair value gap tapped in further. So as well as on the SPY, what was I looking at? So whenever that 5-minute was tapping into, sorry my good people, I didn't even show you where it was tapping into. Okay, right here is where that white candle on the 5-minute was, but I wanted to pull deeper into the middle of the 5-minute fair value gap, and that was right around here. So as well as when it was pumping up, I wanted that to line up, as well as on SPY when we were right there, we were right around here, and I wanted this fair value gap up here to get touched. You see what I'm saying? I wanted this fair value gap up here to get touched. So he zoomed all the way past this, and I was like, okay, as well as we created equal highs right here, we can come down a little bit, then break through these equal highs, touch this fair value gap, and then fall through. We didn't do none of that. On the Qs, I had my setup. I just wanted a little higher into that 5-minute gap, but on the Qs, it created a nice setup where it would have paid big, right? And so where did I actually take my trade? I was on SPY, and I was like, okay, well, it broke through all of this, right? We broke through all of our could have been support lines. Our next one, so we fell into this range. We fell through the 637, so we fell into a range, and now we have the 635.60. So now I can work. Do you see what I'm saying? So right around here, I can't trade because if it has a good setup, this is maybe a 25-cent move for take profit. That's not a good risk to reward or not a good move, right? If it falls to this support, right? Well, we have 637 to 637.65 to 637. That's not a big price action move, not a good risk to reward. But when we fall through the 637 and we have our other area of support that we can target, 635.60, that's about $1.40. So that is a good opportunity to be able to take a trade. You see what I'm saying? So what did I see? We broke structure, we're breaking structure. I'll go to my 5-minute real quick. We broke through the 5-minute. What did I see? I seen a fair value gap to the upside. And keep in mind, we are in an uptrend, so we have to be careful because look, what do we have? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, range, higher highs, higher low, higher highs because we gapped up. And I was like, okay, I got to be careful because this 5-minute fair value gap, if you scale down, we actually touched our lowest gap right around here. So when we were curling up, I had seen this 1-minute breaker structure to the downside, but I know in the overall market right now we're in uptrend, so I got to watch these fair value gaps for the uptrend. So right here I was cautious. I know we pulled into this fair value gap in the 1 minute for the downtrend, but I was just cautious because I know the overall structure can be more important. It can be bigger of a move. So what did I do? I was patient. It fell back down again, and where did I? Yeah, this is. Okay, yeah. I actually took a risk. I thought I waited a little longer. Yeah, okay. Whenever it started to fall back down, I got in at the middle of this red candle right here, because this is where I had my short position. So I got in the middle of this red candle right here, right? Because I seen it. It was struggling. It came up, right? And so basically, I mean, I really took the risk because it was on the uptrend. But again, yeah, touched its lowest. That's the 5-minute fair value gap as well as the lowest 1-minute gap right here. Touched it, curled up. It was struggling. Touched the 1-minute breaker structure fair value gap to the downside, or 1-minute fair value gap for the downside. Then gave me a nice red candle, and I got in the middle of that, and it started falling. It was kind of like a step down, step down. It's kind of like it happened fast because I was in the trade for what, about 15 minutes, but it was like kind of just stepping down, stepping down, stepping down. And on that one, we took two contracts and we made 186 bucks, right? So yeah, 186 bucks on that trade, and then I could just walk away. That's 200 bucks on the day. Walk away, you're up 200 bucks on the week, and that's what I was gonna do until what? Till I seen another. Okay, it swept out this low, right? As well. Touch this candle, and what it was I looking at? I seen on the 1 minute, so it really isn't really a nice. It wasn't really the best setup because on the 5 minute, we didn't really have much, right? We were just kind of falling, had a little retracement, then another fall again. Actually wicked this low, so that's what I'm saying. It wasn't much, but I'm gonna show you where I had more of a bias, and it still might fall, but it just stopped me out and fell. So what was I looking at on the 1 minute? It looks nicer. On the 5 minute, it looks like just a little retracement. Well, on the five, it is just a little retracement because the bigger time frame is key or is law. So it was just a little retracement, and then it broke structure. But on the 1 minute, so what did I do? On the 1 minute, I was like, okay, I have my top fair value gap. I have my stop loss right around here, and that's on the top of the order block, on top of everything, on top of that whole swing that broke structure on the 1 minute. But again, remember on the 5 minute, you haven't had no pullback yet, so that's probably what could be happening is an actual pullback on the 5 minute. Then it could break down. But I was on the 1 minute because I thought it'd be a quick move, and I got burned for it, right? Because what did I see? It came up to this fair value gap, and it was coming up pretty fast. But then I seen this next candle kind of like wick out, and then I see a nice solid red candle. I got in right here for two more contracts with my stop loss up here, and that was a 3-to-1. My first trade was a 2-to-1, 2.6-to-1. This is 3.9-to-1, almost a 4-to-1, and it ended up shooting up against me really immediately and stopping me out. And it shot up so fast, actually, literally just shot up so fast that it was minus 84 bucks when really it should have been down like 50, 60 bucks. But it literally shot up so fast that when I had got out, it was minus 84 bucks. So 102 bucks on the day, and that is a bummer because again, we're up 186, and it's like just walk away, take your money, run, go. Exactly what I say is the market's only gonna fall so much, it's only gonna pump so much, it's not gonna take out every level. But what was my extra confirmation? I seen on the Qs. On the Qs, we already had equal lows right here, right? Where I showed you guys I was targeting, but equal lows, and we came down, created equal lows. When we came down, created equal lows, that's when on the SPY, we swept out this little area. We swept it out, but I was like, okay, maybe we can break through it. All right, maybe we can break through it and come for these equal lows. I was just looking for the breakthrough of the first TP, but this could have been, possible. That's what I was thinking. We have equal lows down here. On the Qs, we just created a third equal low. So I was thinking, okay, to the downside. So I went on the SPY because I just wanted to trade the SPY and got in on that 1 minute, and it stopped me out. And it could be coming to this 5-minute gap, which I see, but I don't see anything on the 1 minute. Oh my goodness, come on, man. Yeah, so could be coming into this gap right here. Could be coming into that gap right there. That's the 5-minute gap. That could be an actual pullback. Bro, come on. Okay. Yeah, I just don't see anything for it to really, like this order block, I guess. But I don't really know. There's a 5-minute gap. Looks kind of like an order block, but it wasn't a horrible trade. But again, I should have took my own advice, took my own rules when I said after it falls a certain much, it's not going to keep falling through every level. I had a lot of confirmation. I felt like a lot of good confluences. The 1 minute break structure. It didn't really have a nice 5-minute structure, which is key. So that's where I messed up. It didn't have 5-minute structure. But on the 1 minute, it looked good. On the Qs, I was saying, okay, on the Qs, you created a third equal low. I would think it wouldn't break through real quick. probably is gonna break today, but again, it stopped me out. It came further than what um where I felt like it should. All right, because on the 1 minute we're breaking structure. This we did actually pull back to this nice fair value gap up here, and that could be a good shorting opportunity. That looks good right there, honestly. All right. That looks kind of good. So, but I'm not. I wouldn't trade it, but that looks pretty good. But so, yeah. So we lost 84 bucks on that one, and we should have just took our money and ran up 200 bucks on the day. Just take it and go. Couldn't do that. That's a bummer, but not gonna let it spiral me out. Just gonna keep learning. That's just a little bummer, but keep learning. I'm still up 100 bucks on the day, so I gotta be grateful for that. Try not to get greedy because it's like, I mean, at one point I was like, if I could just make $50 a day, and I'm not even making $100 a day. I mean, I made $100 today, but that's what I'm saying. Before, it was like if I could just make $50 today, if I could just make $100 today, and I made 200, and I still felt like I wanted more, you know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to take it slow, keep on learning, and we're getting better, right? Just trusting the strategy, trusting the process, and we're gonna be on the way to profitable. All right. I love every single one of y'all sticking with me. Remember, guys, stay persistent, passionate. Make sure I get paid. All right. Peace.